Hi Libra, this is your friendship reading. Also, keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Libra out there. Also, if this is your guys' first time tuning in to my channel, hi, welcome, thank you. If you guys are interested in knowing more about me or about this channel, please go to my playlist where it says My Thoughts. There's a video down below that basically tells you everything that I have for what I want this channel to be, what visions I hold, and a little bit about me as well, and just to kind of have a general feel of what this channel is all about, if you are interested. Thank you. Now let's begin. Libra, as you can tell, I already went and pulled some cards for you guys. I wanted to kind of see what energies was happening, what my Libras were going through, and it was interesting, because when it first popped out, my first initial thought was, okay, this is kind of cool. I see the snake. And then I saw the otter, and then I saw the hummingbird. And I started noticing something right off the bat here. I feel like, Libra, you are the snake. And it's interesting as you can tell, it's like the otter's in a bubble. The hummingbird looks like it's kind of in a bubble. And you look like you are somewhat in a bubble. It feels like you are dealing with some friends who perhaps they see eye to eye, but you're over here doing something. It's almost like these two people, not necessarily that you feel left out, Libra, but perhaps there's something that you are keeping hidden within yourself. Like you might be working on something or doing something and you're kind of afraid to express it, or you're afraid to communicate it, because what's happening is it almost feels like you guys are in a state of slowly evolving and shedding your old like skin and creating something new. That's really what it just feels like here. So those two, it almost seems like they're just occupied with something else, but you're here actually evolving and growing, and I almost feel like you're going to shock your friends here, Libra. It's kind of what it feels like. I'm not really sensing anything too negative about them, but I really feel very drawn to the snake more than I do the otter or the hummingbird. I'm not really feeling their energy as heavily in here as I do yours, but I am sensing that it's almost like they're just not paying as much a close attention to you is what it feels like. So, yeah, that's just kind of what it seems like to me. My little dog, he's here just chilling, wanting my love. But yeah, let's just get some more cards here, Libra, and kind of see what's happening for you guys. Because it almost feels like my Libras are starting to grow and expand, and it's almost like nobody else sees it coming. It's like that kind of energy. So let's see what's my Libras dealing with when it comes to friendships. Yeah, I feel like you guys are evolving to like a whole new state. For some of you guys, now this isn't going to be for all of you. Some of you guys could have met somebody that you really liked with your group of friends, and perhaps that's kind of why your group of friends have, like you've been more occupied, because I almost feel like you're doing something while your group of friends are right there, you know, they're just a part of this. They're just a part of the background, it almost feels like. Can you see him? He's like trying to get my attention because my hands are over here. And you see, this is one of my dogs. Ah. Hi. Can you say hi? Oh, he's so cute. Oh no, now the other one's jealous. Okay. What have I done? If I give one attention, the other demands attention. They both get frustrated if they don't get attention. So, I'm sorry. My dog's just bombarded your reading. Hey, this is new for everything, right? Get off the table. Oh my god, get off the table. Okay. See, look at this. I just gotta show you guys how cute he is. Aw, look at this. He's so cute. Okay. Alright, sorry guys. I'm getting distracted by my dogs. But for some of my Libras, I think... Hey, it's fine. You need attention too? Okay. Because it almost feels like for some of you guys, perhaps... Okay, you gotta get... You gotta get, thank you. Lay down. Oh my gosh. Okay. And it's not every day my dogs make an appearance, like a true appearance on the camera. So it almost feels like you're leaving behind something here, Libra. And for some of you guys, it could have been a commitment with an individual, like a person that you were with. And what's happening is you're now learning to find your own group, somebody that you really care about. Some of you guys, it could be that you spend time with your friend and this is helping you get over somebody. But what I was sensing was you knew that there was really going to be no fulfillment in this situation with this person. And you were willing to move on. Because you, like, it's really weird. It feels like what's happening that your friends are not aware of is it's almost like you're getting over an ex, or you're getting over somebody, or you're meeting somebody. I don't know. Like, let's see what the energies, because it's interesting here. Okay, because it feels like what's happening for some of you guys is this could have been a past connection where you felt stuck in, because you could have been with the person who's very domineering, and perhaps like you've thought things through, you've taken the time for yourself to really reflect and to really understand what it was that you really wanted in relationships. I think that you've been really intolerant with this person, and you've always been there for this individual, and you thought that this connection was going to flourish, but yet it became lost. Like, you felt lost in this connection. You felt like this person wasn't taking you seriously enough. You finally come to a point of acceptance and kind of understanding that you can't hold on to everything all the time, that you need to learn to let it go, even if it's been hard for you. Because I think that what's happened for some of my Libras was you were being a little bit of a martyr in a sense, to where you were waiting for this person to reciprocate and this person wouldn't, but yet you kept giving and giving and giving, and it got to the point where it was too hard for you and you felt very neglected in this situation. This almost feels like a pretty heavy love reading, but like it almost like seems like what's happening here is, this is the interesting part, is it almost feels like you felt a lack and you felt undependable. Like, you felt like this person was undependable. You felt like there was nothing you could truly gain from this situation. But what is happening here, Libra, is it's almost like you are now growing and you're now healing, and it's going to teach your friends and those around you how strong you truly are, but also it's almost like you're learning to come to, you're reaching that point of acceptance almost, Libra. And it's going to not only impact you, but also impact your friendships as well. Because it's almost like you are, you're changing things. You're changing the dynamics. You're no longer letting people walk all over you. You're no longer just doing things for other people, Libra. You're starting to learn to be a little bit more selfish for yourself, which is a good thing. You know, you can't always just be the one consistently giving, which I felt like you were. You were the one that was consistently giving in this connection, and it was becoming almost too much for you. So you were having to learn to pull back. And because you've dealt with people, I felt like for some of you guys, you could be like getting a divorce or something, and you have friends that are there to support you. But I'm feeling like you have the otter and the hummingbird, and they're there to support you. But it almost feels like, again, they're in their own world too. Like, you're all in your own little world, but you guys are friends, but you guys are like kind of showing each other support. But you're doing it in, I guess in a way where it's not, like, how do I word this? It's like you're pulling back from your friends, but your friends are giving you that space to pull back, and you're reevaluating things, and it's almost like you have like a group of friends that will always be there to make you feel better. But it's almost like you are starting to figure out who you are. You're changing, Libra. You're really changing. I'm really sensing that. You're really starting to come into your own and no longer depend so much on other people. But it's taking some time, because I feel like for some of you guys, you're not out of that transition just yet, but you're getting into that transition. And like, that's what I was saying, like change. You're starting to have change. Um, and it's like in the distant future. That's kind of what it feels like to me. But like, you're worried about everybody who is concerned. You've always been very thoughtful and everything. That's always been very like concerned for those around you. Also at the very bottom of the deck here we have message of concern. So perhaps somebody gave you a message and said, hey, I'm really concerned about you. Are you okay? Or perhaps you were doing that. You were reaching out to those you care about and saying, hey, I'm concerned. Are you all right? Like, you're just kind of that person that others can rely upon, that others can be there, like that they know that you will always be there for them. And it's frustrating because it feels like some of your friends feel frustrated because they feel like they can't help you in certain situations, but it's almost like you're working it out now. You're starting to like no longer neglect yourself, and it's kind of just a very positive energy that I'm feeling, but it's like you're doing it because you love yourself. But I'm sensing again, this has been a very tough cycle. I think that some of you guys are still crying. You guys are taking that alone time and you guys are crying and you guys needed cheering up, which is probably why my dog showed up. But like, you've been just wanting love and attention and just feeling like you need that kind of support. And it's like your friends will be there to give it to you, but you just have to ask. And that's kind of what I'm sensing too. So for some of you guys, you're afraid to put your burdens on others. And you always just go out and you put on a happy face and stuff like that. But you're learning to slowly be more real with those around you. You're learning to be more authentic. And you're learning to change how you view relationships. It's like you're reprogramming parts of your brain to essentially like evolve and to grow as an individual. And you're always, again, you're very considerate of others. You're very considerate of how it's going to concern others or how it's going to affect other people. And you're just very careful about how you approach situations. But I am sensing like that this was a situation that was very hard for you to get over. And because you're getting over it, you actually might find somebody who's a lot more better for you and healthier for you. And it will make you a lot more happier in the long run than the person that you were once with. So that's kind of just what I'm genuinely picking up. It almost feels like your friends are just at the sidelines, kind of just waiting for you to heal, it feels like. It's an interesting dynamic because I'm not sensing very much. It just feels like you took over the entire reading, Libra. It's just what it feels like. Like you're the one that's just focusing on yourself right now, and your friends are kind of just off on the sidelines, just talking to them amongst themselves and with each other. Because it almost seems like those two are eyeing each other, and you're watching your friends, but you're cocooning, you're healing, you're growing, you're expanding, you're gaining higher knowledge, you're changing, and you're changing for the better. And you just have to give yourself love and time. Because I'm sensing for some of you guys, because you've neglected yourself for so long, because always worrying about other people, you're now having to learn to worry about yourself. And that's kind of a hard transition for you guys. And feels like the first couple of steps that you guys are just starting this journey on learning to heal yourself. Because, and even if you've been doing it for a while, it's like new to you to like mostly focus on yourself and not so much others. And that's, I think, what the whole situation is you're learning to not so much focus on your friends or not so much focus on other people, but you're just kind of learning to focus on your you're learning to focus on yourself and get yourself unstuck. And that's what I'm really feeling like. You're learning to try and empower yourself, Libra. So that's a very positive reading. If this isn't like necessarily resonating for you, or say you are going through difficulties with past hurt that you're trying to get over and your friends have tried to help you, but you feel like you just can't, this can be also like the energy that you're slowly getting into. But it feels like there's been a lot of healing and a lot of transformation happening to my Libras. So hopefully that this resonates with you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.